This is a story about monsters. Giant beasts that roar and snarl and crush whatever is in their path. These are the monster trucks, and soon they may be looking for you. One of the fastest growing motorsports in America today has to be the Monster Truck Racing Series, sanctioned by the United States Hot Rod Association. These oversized two-story high jumpers are owned and campaigned by a new generation of traveling barnstormers who cover the entire country, competing in the drag racing and obstacle course events that pack stadiums every weekend. We had a chance to talk to some of the men behind the monsters at a recent Monster Truck Bash at the Worcester Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts. Nick Rossi from New Jersey is the owner of the famous Jersey Outlaw. And when you start talking about the challenge of racing these motor-driven mammoths, as with any professional motorsport, you have to talk about sponsorship.
The money isn't in the racing part of it. It is in the sponsors and advertisement. Like I said, sponsors are the backbone of the organization, basically. And that's what works good with marketing them. People come and look. When people look at them, they buy things. So they sell tickets, they put people in the stands. If you have a sponsor, people look at it and gets their eye in the sponsor's name. To build a truck from scratch right now, you're looking at a neighborhood of $110,000 to $150,000. Technology has moved up it's so advanced in the last 3 to 4 years. It's something you just can't get into and put $20,000 into a truck that you drive down the road and say you're going to crush cars. You just won't be competitive. It is a fast-growing motorsport, and you have to have a little bit of money behind you to do it. This vehicle here cost us $94,000 to campaign it. That included our tractor trailer, all the fees and road taxes going up and down the highway, plus maintaining the vehicle itself.
Well, if you're going to spend that kind of money to race a monster truck, you'd better have a pretty good driver. Michael Wine is the driver of the Jersey Outlaw. He was ranked number 7 in the monster truck drivers standings last season. And when asked to talk about his ride, he sounds like a man who is covering some very familiar territory.
It's an all fiberglass body, 18-point tubular roll cage and chassis. We run a blown alcohol injected 500 cubic inch motor. We're sponsored by Super Winch, TNA Trucking, and also Pennsauken Springs. It's a Triangle Spring Corporation in which my boss owns, Nick Rossi, out of Pennsauken, New Jersey. The truck's mounted on 66 by 43 by 25 inch tires onto it. Roughly, tires cost about $10,000 a piece. It runs a C6 Ford automatic transmission with a custom aluminum transfer case, which has a quick change gear drive setup.
Dennis Anderson is the owner and driver of one of the best-known trucks on the circuit, Gravedigger. Its popularity has inspired a radio-controlled version of this perilous panel truck. In fact, toys figure heavily in the Gravedigger's cash flow.
If I just had to depend on the money the truck made, we wouldn't be here right now. We sell T-shirts and toys off of the trucks. That's where I get my income to survive off of.
On the surface, monster truck racing appears to be a fairly simple sport. But behind the scenes, in order to become and remain competitive in this larger-than-life industry, it takes a lot of commitment.
Just to maintain the truck, the over-the-road expenses, last year with the Gravedigger 2, I ended up making like $136,000 with the truck. By the time my mission was over, I put about $9,000 in my pocket, which supported my family, which was very poorly.
Well, it's an obsession. It's something you just really can't stop doing. We tried to sell them before. We sold one of the old monster trucks. I sat home for about a month and said, we got to build another monster truck. It's just an obsession, something you have to do. Some people gamble. We race trucks.
I've cleared the maximum cars I've ever cleared is 14 cars at 74 feet across, 10 feet in the air. It's quite a rush. It's a natural high without any type of alcohol or drugs whatsoever. If you didn't love the sport, you wouldn't be in it. It's a lot of hours, it's a lot of hard work, but just by going out the other night, I had a 6-year-old come up to me that knew more about me and the other trucks, anything else there was. He knew every race I've ever been and everything like that. The enjoyment of that right there is worth everything in the world.
So the next time someone tells you they don't believe in monsters, you can tell them that monsters really do exist. They may look terrifying, and their ear-splitting howl may make you shiver. But the monster trucks will never hurt you. They're only things that go bump in the night.